Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, I'll be doing a breakdown of how I created this forbidden cavern scene in Blender, from start to finish. Whether you're a beginner looking to learn some new tricks, or just curious about the process, I've got you covered. Before jumping into Blender, I started by gathering references. This project was mostly inspired by Max Hay, special thanks to him. My favorite place for inspiration is Pinterest. You can find endless reference images and concept art. I started this project by blocking out the scene using basic shapes. I added a plane, and inserted a few faces using Control-I. And I used Alt-E to extrude along normals. Then I continued using the same technique. I extruded the faces out until I got this. I used a cube and scaled it to fit. This will be the water. I added cylinders and scaled them for the pillars. I use the array and mirror modifiers to duplicate pillars. I added a camera and positioned it to visualize the scene better. I wanted the center of the scene to have a floating open book. I thought of downloading one online but couldn't find one that fit the scene, so I decided to model it myself. I used a plane as base and rotated it to face the camera. Then I went back to the ground and adjusted the plane to fit the camera view. I wanted the render to have shapes that feel symmetrical. I saw this surreal shape on the reference, and I wanted to recreate it. I added a square, and I scaled it down, inserted the top and bottom faces, and I used loop tools to bridge the faces. Then added a few loop cuts and used Control-B to bevel them. Then Alt+E to extrude along normals. Then I added details using the same technique, Alt+E to extrude along normals, and Control+B to bevel. I envisioned a giant knight that was turned to stone. I went to Mixamo and found a model that looked perfect. I downloaded it and imported it into Blender. I scaled it up and went into pose mode. I started messing around with the rig until I got the rough pose I wanted, and then I placed it in the background and began refining the pose. Back to detail the book. I used an array modifier for the pages. I separated one side and used proportional editing to curve the page, adding variation to break up the symmetry. I found these Egyptian pots on Sketchfab. I imported them and placed them around the scene for extra detail. I did the lighting and texturing behind the scenes. For textures, I used the free add-on Blender kit. did some light compositing in Blender and started the final render. If you found this breakdown helpful, drop a like, maybe subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you're modeling right now. If you have some question, feel free to ask in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Till next time.